want to do. So I'm not better than the horse is not better than me. We are in equals because I couldn't go do what it is we're going to do without them, and they wouldn't go do what we're going to do without me. So we're an equal team. But as the leader, I want to present something to them worthy of following. So what I show them is that they can be themselves in any scenario that we're in the human element, because I specialize in training wild Mustang horses. Do you guys know what Mustangs are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a breed.
Yeah, breed of horse. So out there in the 10 western states, they roam free. They're just fine without humans. They can thrive. They can eat grass, they poop, they run around, they procreate, they do what they're supposed to do. But when we invite them into the human element correctly, they'll step up and do things that we really aren't capable of training them to do. So they abide in what we call laws of nature, and they understand them. If we want to have any type of relationship or leadership role, we have to understand that these laws of nature exist. So we never would want to obstruct them, cause pain or fear in them, because they would rebel from that. So in nature, they don't operate in that. When something scares them, they learn from it and they avoid it. So if I scare them, they're going to learn that and want to avoid me. So I've got to create a certainty in them rather than confusion, so that they'd be willing to come with me. So how would I do that, right? I talk English, they don't understand that. They understand non-verbal communication.
So
Feelings. So they share 4 things that I've found are real important that I have, that us people we have. And that's thoughts, emotions, attitude, and action. So thought, everybody understands what a thought is, a feeling, an emotion. Does anybody know what attitude is?
Mm-hmm.
How you act?
How you act? It's pretty close. I'm looking for something a little...
Maybe like your reaction to things?
Yeah, that's probably really on target, because attitude is like a posture. It's like an outward posture without doing anything, without saying anything. So horses read that. In horsemanship, it's real important to understand that piece, that attitude. So how I'm posturing without moving, because they read non-verbal communication. So like if a person's posturing aggressive, they haven't done anything in action, but you know their attitude is probably angry. You can relate to how they move, what they're doing, where their eyes are looking, all those things. Attitude. Or if they're open, body language is what we call it. Horses read body language. So a person walks, they're walking to you. You can kind of read their body language as if they're walking to you aggressively or non-aggressively. A horse reads that. So if my heels are striking the ground and my eyes are down and I'm walking really, really intent to them, they may think, uh-oh, and run away. But if I'm eyes up, my chest open, and I'm walking softer, then they're more receptive to that. So it's all a flow. It's kind of hard to dissect it down into pieces as far as thought, emotion, attitude, action. It's all a flow. So what you're thinking, you're probably doing. What you're thinking and doing, you're probably becoming. What you're thinking, doing, and becoming, you're forming habits. Those habits create a character. So if we want a calm, quiet, thinking horse, we want to create the character in him, calm, quiet, thinking. We want to create a habit to where his character is calm, quiet. He'll think rather than react chaotically. So we have to ask him questions, and I'm going to give you a demonstration on how I'll introduce myself to any horse, anywhere in the world, doesn't matter. I just met him today, and this is how I introduce myself. I'll let him smell me, because through frequency in the nose, he can smell and then log that into his memory. And then our interactions, and then we go away, and I come back again, he's going to use that sense of smell to identify threat or non-threat based on that initial experience. And then it continues. That's how they identify, a danger out in nature. So laws of nature, their survival skill is really enhanced. So I'm going to ask him to pay attention here. We'll go ahead and ask him to back up. So I'm just going to send some frequency down this line, getting to back up, relax, kind of get him to pay attention. So what we do is we ask questions with pressure. Pressure is a question. Release of pressure, thank you. So I'll apply some pressure to move his right front hoof back. We'll just send some energy down this line. When he does it, release the pressure as a thank you. So I guess this tree has dropped some, wonderful little candy on the ground for him. So I have to become more important than the candy on the ground. So how do we do that? We ask questions. So I'll ask him, I'll start soft, and I'll increase the intensity of the question to get a desired response of backing up. So we'll go ahead and back him up. We'll do 2 steps. 1, 2, relax as a thank you. And then I'll ask him to move in a direction. So I'll ask him to move in a circle around me. So I'll kind of position myself so not to crowd you. So if I wanted him to move in a direction, I'm going to just point. If he goes, great. If he doesn't, I got to add some more intensity to the question. So I can motivate with this hand. And then when he goes, release the pressure. And then I can see him move. And we can observe the horse from his right side, and he can observe me out his right eye. And I can start to see how he thinks and feels, and what his attitude is. Apologize for letting him square to you. I'll get out here a little more.